Hello everyone. How are you all doing? Late stream for me. It is almost 2 a.m. 2 a.m. So a bit of a late stream for me. So we should see some new faces in here that we don't normally see. Sarah, Christopher, Jen, D-Block, Gina. What is up, everyone? Elliot, what's up, guys? What is up? I was just watching an older stream and just ended and got a notification you are live. That is awesome. I'm glad the notifications are actually working. It's good to know. What's up, Wonder Bro? Finally caught a live stream. What's up, Christopher? How you doing? Welcome. Doing good. D-Block, that is awesome. Great topic. Def need this. Yes, today we're going to be talking about just be with your body, no thoughts attached. Just be with your body, no thoughts attached. That's the point of today's stream. We will get into that in just a minute. What is up, Kate? Welcome to the stream. How are you doing? How's everybody been? How has everybody been? I know I've been taking some time away from the channel. We did a stream, I think, 3 days ago, and then before that, it was another 3 days, so we're kind of spacing it out a little bit. We hopefully will return to our normal daily streams here soon. How is everybody doing? Before we get started, I would like to drop a link to the Discord chat real quick. For anybody who's interested in joining us over on Discord, there is the link. Give it a few more minutes here before we get going. How is everybody doing? Been good? Awesome. Awesome. It's going to be a good stream today. I can feel it. I'm excited. I'm ready to go. I know it's a little late, later than I normally stream, but we're here. All right, let's see. Let's see here. All right. About 4 minutes into it, almost 5 minutes into it. Let's go ahead and get the point of this stream started. So today, we are going to be talking about just be with your body, no thoughts attached. Now, if you've been on my channel here, for a while, you're already very well aware of how thoughts create your suffering. You're already very well aware of how the thoughts about your situation, the thoughts about your symptoms, the thoughts about your life situation, it doesn't really matter what it's pertaining to. You know, if you've been here for a while, that your thoughts create your suffering. Now, with anxiety, with panic, with sensitization, your thoughts and the thoughts that you choose to entertain is what's keeping you stuck in this hamster wheel, because one fearful thought leads to another. Your body's reacting to these fearful thoughts. It doesn't know any better, and it's keeping your nerves tired. You're never giving your nerves a chance to catch a break. Now, even if you're not sensitized, this is a human problem. A lot of people have these negative thoughts involving their life situation, involving this, involving that, and they follow these negative thoughts right down the rabbit hole. Right? And this causes a great deal of unnecessary suffering. So I want to make it clear. It's not so much the life situation. It's not so much even the feelings that are causing your suffering. It is your judgment of them. It is your labels of them. It is the what ifs that is causing your suffering, right? If you were able, okay, like the point of this stream says, to just be with your body with no thoughts attached, you would heal. And you would stop adding so much unnecessary stress and suffering into your daily life. But you're probably wondering, Bro, how do I do that? These thoughts seem to come out of nowhere. They're intrusive. They're intrusive negative thoughts that I can't seem to help. I get that. And I'm not telling you to try to find a way to fight these thoughts or push these thoughts away. What I'm telling you when I say just be with your body with no thoughts attached is to understand that you can be present to this moment. So much so to the point that you can catch thoughts when they arrive. You can catch those negative intrusive thoughts when they first start to knock on your mental door. You can notice those negative intrusive thoughts before they get a full head of steam, before you give them all this fuel. You can notice them when they first start to knock and decide in that moment, okay, I'm not going to fight with you. I'm not going to argue with you. I'm not going to give you attention and fuel. I'm just simply going to be with my body instead of being with you. So the thought knocks, and your attention stays rooted in reality. Your attention stays rooted in your body. And then you might say, well, Wonder Bro, in my body there's a lot of anxious energy. There's a lot of fear. I don't want to be with my body. But understand, this goes back to what I just said. It is not the feelings that are creating your suffering. If you were just with your body and you put your focus on your body, you would see that without the negative thoughts that you entertain, that without the judgments, without the labels, your feelings are not the problem. Your feelings are not the problem and never will be the problem. The problem is the thoughts that you choose to give your focus and attention to. The problem is the thoughts that you entertain. Instead of just letting them be there, instead of just accepting them for what they are, a negative intrusive thought, and then just letting it go, okay, letting it knock if it wants to, but not giving it the fuel it needs to thrive. All right, so what you need to do is just be with your body, no thoughts attached. So be here to this moment. Be here to this moment. Be rooted in this moment. Be rooted in reality instead of your mind. So you're here. You're in this moment, you're with your body, you're with your feelings, and that's fine. Even if those feelings aren't what you would consider a good feeling, even if those feelings aren't what you would consider something that you want to experience, if you're just with your body, instead of attaching yourself to the mind and the judgments of the mind and the filter of the mind, you would be okay. Just be with your body. Put your focus on your body, put your attention on your body, and allow those thoughts to come and go. See, we don't want to put the focus and attention on the mind. It's okay if we hear the knocking. It's okay if we see the thoughts for what they are. But we never want to put our focus and attention there, because then we're giving the fuel those thoughts need to survive and thrive and turn into a rabbit hole. One negative thought after another, one negative thought after another. And before you know it, for example, your very simple feeling of energy in the body, stressful energy in the body, that very simple feeling of a pounding heart, that very simple feeling of panic in the body. And I know what some of you are thinking, that's not a simple feeling, that's an awful feeling. But that's what the mind is telling you. See? That's what the mind is telling you. These symptoms, on a surface level, are very simple in nature. But when we get involved in the mind and we log into the mind and we start to judge, we start to label, we start to what if, that is where we start to truly suffer. Not so much with the feelings. The feelings alone are not enough to make us suffer. It takes us logging into the mind and getting involved in the mind game to make us truly fearful, to make us truly suffer. The mind is the root of the problem here, okay? And you take a creative, tired mind and you put that with tired nerves, and that is a recipe for fear. So your job is to just stay with your body. Just keep your attention in the moment. Keep your attention in reality. Keep your attention on the body and let those thoughts come and go. And it is okay to notice when those thoughts knock. There's nothing wrong with noticing, but we don't want to give our attention to. So here's an example. You are sensitized and you start to feel a symptom. It can be whatever symptom you want it to be in this example. And then the mind automatically wants to jump in with its negativity, with its labels, with its judgments, with its what-ifs. And you notice that. Okay, well, instead of following those thought forms, simply notice them. Leave them alone, okay? Leave them alone. We discussed this the other day. That should be your new mantra. And then return the attention back to the body. And if you don't want to use the body, return your attention back to anything in the moment, anything in reality, whatever you were doing before the thoughts and feelings came. It doesn't matter. If you want your attention to be rooted in the body, that's fine. If you want your attention to be rooted with something in reality, that's fine. As long as you're leaving those thoughts alone. That is the key. That is the key. So when I say just be with your body, no thoughts attached, you can apply that to the moment. You can apply that to whatever. Just be in the moment with no thoughts attached. Just be with the body with no thoughts attached. Okay? Without attaching to these thoughts. You have to leave those thoughts alone. Because if you log in, if you get involved, it's going to lead to one thought after another, after another, after another. And before you know it, you fell so far down this rabbit hole and you're just filled with fear. You're filled with fear. And this is because you have logged into the mind. You have started to play the mind game. It's okay to have these thoughts. You can't help having a negative intrusive thought. You can't. But what you can do is leave it alone. And I know that's easier said than done. It takes practice. It feels very unnatural to leave these thoughts unanswered. But when you leave them unanswered, you are telling them straight up, you're not important to me. You're not important to me, and I don't have to go there. And with time, those thoughts lose their power. All right? And you can finally give your nerves a break. So just be with your body. No thoughts attached. Your new mantra, your new life mantra here needs to be just leave it alone. All right, you guys, just leave it alone. There can be fear in the body. You can feel that fear in the body. But as long as you're leaving the mind alone, it's fine. You can experience those feelings, and it's fine. It won't turn into a big deal. You can experience that rough life situation. It's fine. It won't turn into a big deal. Do you get where I'm going with this? Do you see where I'm going with this? The only time it turns into a big deal that makes you truly suffer, that makes you truly fearful, is when you start to play the mind game. You can experience any symptom you want to experience. You can experience any negative life situation that life can throw at you. You can deal with all of this, and it's fine, until you start to play that mind game. When you start to play that mind game with the judging, the labeling, the what-ifing, everything that the mind does, you're very familiar with it by now, that's when it truly starts to turn into suffering. That's when it truly starts to turn into fear. That's when it truly starts to turn into an uncomfortable situation. It's never so much the feeling, it's never so much the situation. It's when you start to play the mind game that you truly start to unnecessarily suffer. You gotta leave the mind alone, and that is the point of today's stream. You've gotta leave the mind alone. You gotta leave those thoughts alone. You can't help them coming, okay? But you can leave them alone, and they will pass. Just be with your body, no thoughts attached. The point of today's stream. The point of today's stream, I hope somebody got something out of that. I know it's been a couple days since we've streamed, but I hope somebody got something out of that. We're going to read some comments now. Hey, yeah, I caught a live stream. What is up, Mary? Welcome. I'm from the high desert. Yeah, all things we get ourselves into is all mental. Yes. How wonderful. So happy to be here. How you doing? Welcome to the stream. Yes, this is so important. I'm finally doing this now. Yes. So very important that you realize that it's okay to feel whatever you feel. It's okay to be in whatever life situation that you're in. It's only when you start to log into the mind and play the mind game that it turns into suffering, unnecessary suffering. You can feel whatever it is you feel. You can be involved in whatever it is you're involved in your life. It's only when you start to play the mind game that it turns into an unnecessary amount of suffering, right? The mind is what takes your feelings and makes them into something horrible. Your mind is what takes your life situation and makes it into something horrible. Your mind, your mind, your mind. You have to leave it alone. Now, I'm not saying your mind is a horrible thing. It is awesome that we have a thinking mind. That is amazing. That is awesome. Okay? That's cool. But to get involved with the negative intrusive thoughts, the mind is very unhelpful at times, and right now it is your master. It's supposed to be the other way around. You're supposed to be the master of your mind. But right now the mind is your master. And it's when you get involved with that mind that it turns your feelings into something horrible. It turns your life situation into something horrible. It turns your moment into something horrible. It is the mind, the mind, the mind. That is the true source of the problem here. But you can get over that mind game, right? You can stop playing that mind game by leaving those thoughts alone, by making that your new mantra. We're going to light up a cigarette here. Tracy, great live stream. Thank you so much. My pleasure, Tracy. Hope you're having a good night. Just wanted to say what's up. Needed to hear the main point. Much love, everyone. I got to get out of here. See you later, Elliot. Appreciate you watching, man. Popping up on my head every day, some movie and a disturbing video I saw, and I think I'm not thinking about it. Just keep popping up every day. What to do? Leave it alone. Leave it alone. That'll always be my main point of advice when it comes to anything mind related, because the mind thrives off of your attention, off of your focus, off of your involvement. And yes, it's uncomfortable to experience these negative intrusive thoughts, but we can't do anything about that. However, what we can do is just leave it alone. It'll see that it's not important, that it's not needed, that it's not wanted, and it'll eventually leave us alone. We leave it alone, it leaves us alone in time, right? Wonder, bro, how do you know if you're sensitized? This may sound weird every time I get into a type of argument or altercation, get kind of dizzy, light, head shaking. Not before, though. How do you know if you're sensitized? Trust me, you will know. You will know. I know that's not a very... That's not a very satisfactory answer, but you will know. If you're in a state of sensitization, you will not be the same person in a way. That's one way to put it. You'll be very anxious over every little thing, and you will know. You will know. Now, you can be lightly sensitized. Maybe you're coming out of sensitization. Maybe you're starting to recover. But if you're severely sensitized, you will know. However, I wouldn't question it. I wouldn't sit around and worry about it. That's not needed, right? Not needed. Don't overcomplicate it. So just let it play out in your head no matter how disturbing it is. Understand this. The more you feed into the mind, so let's say you have a disturbing thought and you get up there and you fight with it and you argue with it and you wrestle with it. What are you showing your mind when you do that? What message are you sending your mind when you do that? You are telling your mind, this thought is important. I need this thought. It is dangerous. It is true. Anytime you get involved with those thoughts, you are telling your mind that this thought is somehow relevant. And you are giving it importance. And therefore, it's going to stick around. If you keep opening the door to an unwanted visitor, that guy's going to keep coming back, no matter how annoying he is, no matter how badly you wish he'd stop knocking on your door. He's going to keep coming back and knocking on your door. Why? Because every day you keep opening the door and giving him a cup of coffee. So, of course, he's going to come back around for his free cup of coffee because you keep opening the door. So, if you want to show this disturbing thought or this negative thought that you don't want it around anymore, the best thing that you can do, the best way to show that, is to stop opening that door and just leave it alone. That is the best way to tell an unwanted visitor that you are not welcome, right? So you have to look at it like that. No, I wouldn't say that sensitization makes you more able to have trust issues or jealousy in relationships. Sensitization is basically a nervous system problem, so you might feel more anxious or tense over things that you normally wouldn't feel anxious or tense over. But I wouldn't say it has much to do with jealousy or trust issues. That's just a human condition, right? A lot of people have jealousy or trust issues, sensitized or not. So I wouldn't put the blame on sensitization there. However, I will tell you that if you're experiencing trust issues or jealousy, that is also a mind game. Trust issues comes in the form of what-if thoughts. Jealousy comes in the form of negative thoughts. So you have to stop playing that mind game. Have to stop playing that mind game. Faith with a $3 donation. Faith, stop doing that. You don't have to do that. Thank you so much, Faith. I appreciate that. To face the feelings, to face, yes, Nicole. Absolutely. Thank you so much, Faith, for that donation. You'd be surprised how much human suffering comes from the mind, whether we're talking about sensitized nerves, or we're talking about just a person that worries a little bit too much, or we're talking about someone who's always living in the past, always living in the future, someone who's depressed, right? Or whether we're talking about someone who just stays stressed, or whether we're talking about someone who has trust issues, or whether we're talking about someone who has jealousy issues, or whether we're talking about someone, we could go on and on and on. It all begins and ends in the mind. It all begins and ends in the mind. Go to bed, JK. Hope all is well. I just woke up, dude. I just woke up like 2 hours ago. My day just started. I know that's so weird. Be sensitive to it. It's dumb. Yeah, you'll see that when you're sensitized, you're afraid of things that you normally wouldn't be afraid of. That's because your nervous system is tired. It's very, very fragile. It's very, very sensitive. Keyword sensitized. So you'll notice that you're afraid of things you normally wouldn't be afraid of. And how long it takes to recover, it's very hard to say because it varies from person to person. I wouldn't put the extra stress on yourself of worrying about how long it'll take. If you're worrying about how long it'll take, you're worrying. And if you're worrying, you're only hurting your nerves. So you just need to leave those thoughts alone. That needs to be your new life mantra. If you want to heal from anxiety, if you want to heal from sensitized nerves, you got to give those nerves a break. And if you want to make it as simple as possible, then I would adopt that new mantra of just leave it alone. Sure, you could overcomplicate this thing, you can do all the studying in the world, but if you want to make it as simple as possible for right now, especially while you're deeply sensitized, your new mantra just needs to be, leave it alone. And I know, that is easier said than done. But that's what you need to do. Oh snap! Your schedule changes as much as my schedule is always like all over the place, dude. It's ridiculous. I never see you do lives at this time. I used to do lives at this time pretty regularly, but I started to get my sleep somewhat on track. Not really, but kinda. And now I've completely messed it up again. So you might start to see lives more at this time, honestly. So important that we realize how much unnecessary suffering comes from that mind game. A lot of people want to cop out and say, no, it's because of the feelings. I'm here to tell you, it's not so much because of the feelings. It's not. It's because of the mind game. It's the mind that you're logging into that says, this is a horrible feeling, I don't want to feel this way, or oh my god, or what if. It is that mind game that you're playing that is causing your suffering, not so much the feelings. If you can just be with the feelings, if you can just be with your current moment, your current situation, without logging into the mind game and just leaving the mind game alone, you will see how far ahead you can go with this. $10 donation. What does it feel like once you have recovered? And thank you for all you do for us, man. Thank you so much for your $10 donation. I truly appreciate it. Let me update the stream MVP real quick. There's got to be an easier way to do this than manually, right? There's probably like some sort of, I don't know what I'm trying to say here. Faith did send us a donation. Sure, I type your name in right. Faith, thank you so much for that donation. I'm not even, to be honest, dude, I'm not even going to try to read your username because I will just butcher it. To be fair, I will just butcher it, so I'm not even going to try, but thank you so much for that $10 donation. I truly appreciate it. Thank you to all of my donators, all your love and support. It truly does help a ton, so thank you so much. Let's answer your question. What does it feel like once you have recovered? You'll return to your old self, and you'll probably return to your old self even better than you were before because you're coming out of this with all of these new skills that you now have that you can apply to your everyday life. So it's gradual. Recovery is usually gradual. There's no bells and whistles moment. You just slowly start to get back to your old self, and you'll feel it. You'll know. Just like you'll know when you're sensitized, you'll know when you've desensitized, right? And it usually happens pretty gradually. How do you leave it alone? By just reminding yourself to leave it alone. I used to say, just say no thanks to your thoughts, or tell your thoughts that you're not going to go there. Now we've kind of changed that to just leave it alone. It doesn't matter what you want to say, though. Whatever your reminder to yourself wants to be, that's fine. Keep in mind, you're not trying to fight the thought away, so when the thought arrives, you're not going, oh God, go away. That's not what you're trying to do. If the thought wants to be there, that's fine. You can't help that. You're just gently reminding yourself. Hey, dude, leave it alone. Just let it be. Just let it be there. Leave it alone. See, that's what you're doing. You're not fighting, okay? You're not fighting. You're just gently reminding yourself, leave it alone. Oh. You guys know I'm a chain smoker, especially when I first wake up. Yay, perfect time for me. Hey, Wonder Bro, how did your sleeping schedule get messed up? It just does. I play video games, and then it gets messed up. Basically, that's what it comes down to. I find a new video game that I really enjoy, and then I play it for far too long, and I mess my sleep schedule up. This happens quite often. I'm never on the same sleep schedule for too long. So is intrusive thoughts normal? Be honest. It's the human problem. It's the human condition. Not only is it normal, but it impacts every single human being you've ever met in your entire life and ever will meet in your entire life. It is the human condition. It is the human problem. And unfortunately, a lot of people don't take the steps necessary to learn how to deal with these intrusive negative thoughts. And to deal with them, you don't deal with them. You leave them alone, right? And unfortunately, a lot of people don't know that. But is it normal? Normal's not even the word for it. Every human being on the face of this earth has dealt with negative intrusive thoughts, sensitized or not. It's just when you're sensitized, the reaction from the body is even greater. That's the only difference. What's up, Vega? How you doing, man? Yeah, to say negative intrusive thoughts is normal is an understatement. Truly, truly. Sorry, that was probably really loud. Let's see. Here we go. Practice, practice, practice. Then one day out of nowhere it'll just stop popping up, and I feel like I'll be recovering, then it'll happen again. It doesn't mean that you're not recovering just because negative intrusive thoughts return. That doesn't mean that you're not recovering. We covered this the other day, I believe. It doesn't mean that you're not recovering just because you have anxiety or negative intrusive thoughts revisit you after a few days or whatever, a few weeks down the road. Doesn't mean that you're going backwards. It means that you need to practice just leaving it alone. So intrusive, stuck, same thought popping up as part of growing up. So intrusive, stuck, same thought popping up. All right, so what do you do with that? You leave it alone. You have to practice leaving it alone. Every time you log in and you fight with that, you're just reinforcing to the brain that this is somehow dangerous, that this is somehow needed, that this is somehow important. You have to practice leaving it alone. I wouldn't say it's a part of growing up. Not really sure what you meant by that. But if you want to heal your sensitized nerves, if you want to starve these negative intrusive thoughts of the fuel that they need to survive and thrive, you have to remind yourself to leave them alone. If you kept opening the door to an unwanted visitor and giving him coffee every single day, he's going to come back tomorrow because you keep giving him coffee. But the more you just let that knock happen, just let him knock without opening that door, he will eventually get the message that you don't want him there. He will eventually get the message that you don't want him there. It takes practice, guys. It takes practice. And like I keep saying, there's nothing wrong with the feelings that you feel. There's nothing wrong with the situation that you're in. It's when you start to play the mind game that you truly start to suffer. Yeah, exactly. Then you'll have the confidence to get through it more and more each time. Exactly. It'll be the new you, the habit. Yes, yes. Acceptance becomes a habit. You build confidence in it. The more you practice leaving it alone, and you see that you will survive if you just leave it alone, okay? You will survive either way. But when you see that nothing bad happens when you just leave it alone, you start to heal the right way, right? You start to heal the right way. I got the tip goal total wrong here. There we go. Two seconds, guys. Can anxiety cause vertigo that lasts a couple of days? Yes. That's why practice is important, just like anything else. If it was easy, we'll be pros at almost everything, right? Yeah, exactly. Where's Nova? She is sleeping on the couch. I could read every book on how to be a pro swimmer, but unless I got in the pool and swam, I wouldn't really know. Those times you are anxious are swimming lessons. Exactly. Exactly. So basically, what he's trying to say is you could watch every stream that I do and watch every video that I upload, and you could totally understand the concept, and you could totally understand what you have to do. But unless you're practicing actually doing it in those moments, you're never going to truly learn, right? Is there different levels of sensitization? Sometimes I feel normal, then other days, even if it's just a small argument, gets me distressed and amped up. I would say, yeah, there is different levels of sensitization. You can be severely sensitized, you can be lightly sensitized. It's really not important. You don't really need to know where you are on that scale. Just understand that you're having some nerve issues and that this is the way to overcome them. Just leave it alone. Overcomplication, right, usually just hurts us more in the end. We are at that point in the stream. Really? All right. Do I sit with overwhelmed feeling, no attachment? Yes. What I mean is like intrusive thoughts, the same disturbing thought popping up in your head every day. Is this part of growing up? I don't really know what you mean by the part of growing up. That confuses me. But I will say this. Negative intrusive thoughts, the same disturbing thought popping up in your head. You have to leave it alone. You have to leave it alone. If you want to starve that thought of the fuel that it needs to survive and thrive, you have to leave it alone. Let it come in and play out. Yes. Yes, exactly. Let it come in and play out. Do not get involved. Do not get involved. Just leave it alone. Leave it alone. If you kept opening the door to an unwanted visitor every day, he's going to keep coming back. You have to learn to leave it alone, right? So I would replace that. Is this a part of growing up? Just replace that. It's a part of healing. It's a part of healing. Don't forget to like the stream. It helps. Yes, it really does, guys. It helps a ton. It helps a ton, and I truly appreciate it. So if you enjoyed the stream, if you take something from it, make sure you like. Toss me a quick like. It helps the streams get out there. But Kelly, you pretty much summed it up yourself when you said let it come in and play out. So you know what needs to be done. Now it's just a matter of doing it, right? And I believe in your ability to do it. I believe in all of your abilities, right? You can do this thing. You can heal, you can recover, you can grow. Maybe that's what you mean by growing up. But yeah, you can grow, you can heal. I'm saying, is this common? Yeah, negative intrusive thoughts, like I said, is it common? That's an understatement. Every human being you've ever met deals with negative intrusive thoughts. Maybe they don't all end up in the sensitized boat because they don't take it that far with the obsession, but every human being you meet is going to deal with negative intrusive thoughts. This is the way to handle it, by not handling it, by just leaving it alone, right? I like this song. Is that an ad? Really? That quick? Already? YouTube's getting a little ridiculous with the ads. Little ridiculous. Coming out of the mind. I've been doing that since yesterday, and it really, really helps. It does. Just leaving the mind alone. Wonder Bro, I have one question. I got the thought. What if I forget the skill of seeing the thoughts? I know it. Well, that's just another thought, right? I've been doing it, but this shit taking too fucking long. But have you really been doing it? A lot of people convince themselves that, yes, I'm just leaving it alone. But are you? That's where you have to be honest with yourself. Existential thoughts. Yeah, it applies to that too. Leave it alone. Focusing on the moment, putting yourself in the moment. Yeah, that's a great tool to be able to leave the mind alone. But you want to get to the point where you can do that regardless, right? But that is a good way to get you there. And a big part of recovery, a big part of practicing this new skill is being honest with yourself. Because believe me, I wasn't honest with myself. I was still fighting. I was still asking myself, how long will it take? When will I ever recover? I was still obsessing every single day and then wondering why I wasn't healing. Right? So you have to be honest with yourself. Are you leaving it all alone? Are you? Like, that's the question you have to ask yourself. And let's say that you are. You're great at leaving it alone. You have been leaving it alone. Now just give it time. Because if you're still asking yourself, how long will this take? It's just dragging on and on. That's still a form of obsession, right? That's still a form of obsession, of stressful obsession. I don't even know which thoughts to believe. You don't have to buy into any thoughts. You don't have to be the traffic police of your mind. You don't have to say, okay, well, you come on through, but you stop right there. Okay, come this way, go a little bit left. I believe in you out there. Okay, come on through the gates. You're sitting around doing this all day long, and you're wondering why you're stressed. Stop playing that game. Stop being the traffic cop for your mind. Just leave it all alone. Just leave it all alone. The power of leaving it alone. Exactly, Kelly. So that might be your downfall. You've been leaving certain thoughts alone, but yet you've been getting involved in the obsession with other thoughts. And even if the body is not calm, Mary, even coming into the body, it doesn't matter if the body's not calm, as long as we're not playing the mind game, right? The mind game's what causes the suffering. That's just another thought. What if I fall back into the sensitized mode? Do you see where we're going with this? All of these thoughts, some may seem more important than others, but at the end of the day, they are all just thoughts, right? And you're trying too hard. You're trying too hard to control what happens in the mind. You just need to leave it all alone. You're trying too hard to figure out when and where. You're trying too hard to figure out when you'll recover. You're trying too hard to decipher this thought from that thought. You're trying too hard to control it all. And this desire and this urge to control it all is what's keeping you stressed. You just have to live by the mantra to leave it alone. If the body feels anxious, that's fine, leave it alone. If the thoughts want to come, that's fine, leave them alone. Eventually you show these things no importance, and they get tired of bothering you. And they will go on their way. But stop trying to control it all. Oh, this is a great song. Around the time that I started the channel, okay? Doing positive things is great because you're involving yourself in the moment, right? Which makes it a little bit easier for you to leave those thoughts alone. But you need to be, you need to be practicing this skill regardless, even if you can't fill in all the gaps of your day with something to do. Love you, bro. I mean, literally love you. Hey, much love right back at you, dude. Is repeating the thought, it's just a thought, the same as getting involved? Not necessarily. As long as it's just a gentle reminder to yourself of what you need to do, which is leave it alone, that's fine. You can say, hey, there's that thought. There's nothing wrong with acknowledging it. It's what you do with it, right? So you can just gently remind yourself, just leave it alone. Just leave it alone. And you might have to remind yourself of that quite a bit. That's fine. As long as you're not getting up there and getting involved with the thought itself, and you're just reminding yourself to leave it alone, that's fine. Like I said, Kay, right around the time I started uploading on the channel, 3 years ago. I think it was 2 or 3 years ago. That's when I started to realize, hey, I'm healed. I feel like myself again. What's up, Olivia? This phone charger's finally starting to die on me. I knew it wouldn't be long. There's an ad after every song. Old hard Wonder Bro. Just say fuck it. Hey, whatever you want to say. Absolutely, Sean. Doesn't matter how long you've been at it, bro. But there's still fear, which is fine. Which is fine. I want to combat that despite whatever comes. Acceptance is so hard because I dissect each symptom. Yeah. So it's normal to want to combat it. And we know by now that that's what keeps you stuck. So it's fine that it's taking some time. It's fine. You have to understand, it's like breaking a bad habit. That's the thing about fear, guys. That's the thing about fear and anxiety. Its goal is to save your life. Anxiety's goal is to save your life. It's to get you fighting or fleeing from some sort of danger. Although we know the danger doesn't really exist. It's all a mental fiction. So when that anxiety comes, you're going to feel like getting involved. That's the point. But if you want to show your brain that you don't need the anxiety and you don't need the protective thoughts, then there's two things you have to do, which is the two main keys. Number one, let the symptoms be there. Accept them for what they are. Don't get involved. Don't use those coping methods. Don't use those safety-seeking behaviors. Show your brain with your actions, I'm fine. And number two, just leave those protective thoughts alone. The two main keys in a nutshell right there. Exactly, Olivia. I no longer deal with it anymore much at all. Then it clicked that I have to show my mind by behavior, not thought. Exactly, Kay. So that's why we have the two main keys, and that's why I say it's important to use both. You don't want to use safety-seeking behaviors and coping methods because then you're just reinforcing to the brain through your behaviors that there's a problem when there's not. So the two main keys: accept the feeling, show the brain with your behaviors by getting on with your life that there's no real danger. And number two main keys: stop arguing with those thoughts, stop following those thoughts, leave those thoughts alone. So the two main keys in a nutshell is to go through your day leaving those thoughts alone and living life as normally as possible to show your brain that there's no real danger. I have got to find some music here that's like 2 hours long without ads. Is that possible? Is that possible, YouTube? Let's see. One hour copyright free music. Can you give us tips on the fastest way to get rid of these thoughts? See, you're still searching for that quick exit. It doesn't exist. What you have to do is leave those thoughts alone. Don't try to fight those thoughts away. Don't try to say, oh God, think of something else quickly, because you're not going to win that way. You're going to get your ass beat. What you have to do with those negative, intrusive thoughts is to just leave them alone. If they want to be there, that's fine. But you're going to stay quiet, and you're just going to leave them alone and continue on with your day. In Australia, we don't stand up against the big waves. We go under them if we need to. Clear weeks. Yes. Yes. Why am I so bothered by what others think? Because you're still living in your mind. Your ego, aka your mind, is what's bothered by what others think. And as long as you know yourself as your mind, then you're going to be bothered by what others think. But as long as you know yourself as just the awareness of the mind, you'll start to be bothered less and less. Just be aware. Continue on with your day. Show your brain with your positive behaviors that there's no real danger. And just be aware of your thoughts. Leave them alone. How do you know if a fear is rational? A fear will never be rational. What will be rational is a danger. If there is a danger, you won't have time to think about it because you'll be busy handling that danger. Okay? But a fear is always going to be something born in the mind. Right? It'll never be rational. But if you're confronted with a real danger, you won't have time to think about it. Just made me some toast. Nice. Toast is good, dude. I love toast. I love toast. Yeah, exactly. If there's a lion in the room, then that's rational because that's a danger. A fear is always based on some sort of mind game. Fear is never based on reality. So there's a huge difference between a fear and a danger. A danger is a real threat. A fear is always mind-born. So if I'm doing something, my intention is going on something, and the mental picture pops up in my head, do I force my attention back on what I was doing? If you're doing something, if you're just going on about your day, and you have a negative intrusive thought, you can just notice it, roll your eyes at it, and continue doing whatever it is you're doing, even if the thought is still there. But you're not going to say anything to it. You're not going to do anything with it. You're just going to let it be there. You're aware of it, but you're not going to get involved with it. And you're just going to continue on with your day, showing your brain that there's no need for this protection, that there's no need for this anxiety. I believe in you. I believe in you, Kelly. I believe in you, Christopher, Kay, Olivia, Vega, everybody in here. All right? There's not a single person who watches my streams or videos that can't make lasting changes to their mental with enough practice and dedication. The two main keys: accepting your feelings, showing your brain with your positive behaviors that there is no need for this anxiety, that there is no real threat, and just leaving those negative intrusive thoughts alone no matter how they make you feel, but you're just going to continue on with your day anyway and leave those thoughts alone and put on a smile because you're showing your brain, I don't need this anxiety. It's not needed. It's not helpful. I'm leaving these thoughts alone because they're not important to me and I don't need them. And I'm going to continue forth with positive behaviors because there is no real threat. Right? What if you get an uncontrollable urge to replace when you're sensitized? Then you got to work on that, right? You can't give in to that. How about when your anxiety is feeling like you need to go to the toilet? How do you know you don't need to go to the toilet? I can't really. I mean, you'll know. You'll know. I'd literally be fucked without your channel. I got through it with Dr. Claire Weeks and multiple other sources, spiritual teachers, spiritual guides, just kind of learning as I went. Just kind of learning as I went. Great stream, Wonder Bro. Hey, I appreciate that. Thank you. I feel like at this point, I've been doing this for so long that I don't even have to mention this anymore, but I'm going to anyway. If I ever come off as very blunt, straightforward, or rude when answering your question, it's not because I'm trying to be rude. It's because I'm trying to make sure that you get the message, because I want you to heal, and I genuinely care about your healing and your recovery. Okay? So understand that. If you think I'm coming off as rude, I'm not trying to come off as rude. I'm just trying to come off as very straightforward and blunt so that you understand what needs to be done so that you can heal, because I genuinely care about you and I want you to heal. And sugarcoating the advice is not a good way to help people heal. Beating around the bush is not a good way to help people heal. If you want people to truly heal, you have to be very straightforward and blunt, especially with a sensitized person. I know how stubborn sensitized people can be. I was once one, 3 different occasions, so I just want to make that clear. Let me donate, please. Been a long time subscriber. If you would like to donate, the link is in the description. It is the first link. You just have to close the live chat, press the X, go to the description of the stream. You'll see the donate link. I'd still be arguing with my thoughts and symptoms to this day if I didn't find this channel. Most people would be, right? Hi, my wonder bro. My wonderful bro. What's up, dude? Welcome to the stream. Stop talking about it, that I'm entertaining about it. Yeah, you're just giving too much of your focus and attention to it, right? I don't think you're rude at all. I'm glad. I know sometimes I'm loud and very blunt and straightforward, and that's just because I genuinely care about people and I want to see them recover. And if I start to notice a pattern in their comments that they're still falling back in the same bad habits that put them in the sensitized boat to begin with, I'm quick to call it out because I want them to be aware of that. And if I have to put it blunt so that they get the message, then so be it. I just genuinely want people to take the advice and start using it. When was the first time you got benefits of acceptance? I knew about acceptance for a long time, but I wasn't using it, right? Self-sabotage at its finest. But when I first finally started to use acceptance, it did take some time. It took some time, but you will see results and you will see relief sooner rather than later. Sooner rather than later. That song's a little intense. So many ads, a Fortnite ad? Why? Sometimes coming off your medication is not the route to go, Craig. There's nothing wrong with having a crutch. I can't give you much advice when it comes to medication. I'm not a doctor. Always do what your doctor recommends. But sometimes coming off your medication is not the best thing for you to do. Sometimes people need that. Sometimes people need that crutch. And I know you and me personally have spoke a long time. You're still struggling, all right? And your doctors recommend that you take medication. You should probably take that medication. I'm not a doctor. Listen to your doctor, all right? That doesn't mean that you have to stop using the advice. You can still practice the advice that I give here on the channel. But if your doctor recommends that you need medication, there's nothing wrong with having a crutch. We'll worry about, if that's something you want to stop doing later on down the road, we'll worry about that later on down the road. If the medication's going to help get you stable right now, that's fine. Listen to your doctor. Listen to your doctor. You're not blunt or rude, bro, just clear. I appreciate that, man. Yeah, I never try to be rude. I'm just very straightforward because I want people to understand the message. I want people to heal. But it all went away. That's great, Kay. Have you seen my message on Discord about the Xbox Series X? I did, actually. I didn't get a chance to reply. I did see that, though. And yes, that is Alan Watts' voice. That is, yeah. That's awesome. Is it bad to think positive during negative thoughts? As long as you're not trying to replace those negative intrusive thoughts or fight with those negative intrusive thoughts, there's nothing wrong with being a positive person. In fact, I would recommend that you practice being a positive person in general. But as far as trying to fight with those negative intrusive thoughts, you're going to lose every single time. So I wouldn't even try to fight with those thoughts. I wouldn't try to replace those thoughts. If you want to just be a more positive person in life in general, that's great. I highly recommend practicing that. But as far as those negative intrusive thoughts go, just leave those alone. Leaving them alone is basically you saying, you're not important to me, negative thought. I don't need you. Right? That's the best way that you can tell the negative thought to leave you alone. Trying to fight with it is giving it importance. What do you do when you feel constant guilt about stuff you say when you're in an anxious and moody state? Understand that you can't change the past, but you're responsible for today. Right? And what you do today, what you do in this moment is most important. A lot of people see are stuck. They have OCD, theme OCD, and they think they can't handle the triggers. How would you help them? I'd give them the same advice. Regardless of what labels they've placed on themselves, I'd give them the same advice. Leave it alone. Acceptance is key. Show your brain with positive behaviors that all is well, and leave those negative thoughts alone. No problem, Craig. I mean, there's nothing wrong with a crutch, dude. You've been struggling for a while. If your doctor thinks it's beneficial for you to have a crutch, medication, listen to your doctor. I'm not a doctor. Listen to your doctor. You can still practice the advice on medication. Doesn't matter. And then later on down the road, once you get to a stable point, a stable place, if you feel like you want to come off the medication, talk to your doctor about it. Okay? Don't bring that to me. I can't give you much advice on that. Talk to your doctor about that later on down the road if that's something you want to do. Get off your medication. But for right now, do what your doctor says. Take your medication. Get to a stable place. Continue to practice the advice. And later on down the road, if you want to get off the medication, talk to your doctor about it. But for right now, don't obsess about it. Do what your doctor says. Practice the advice. We'll worry about getting off the medication later. If that's something you want to do, bring it up to your doctor once you feel like you're in a better place. Your subconscious mind is in control of anxiety. You can't really time when it will heal. It does it on its own. Exactly. It's very stressful to try to put a time frame on things. How do you let go of the past? By not living there. And when I say not living there, I mean entertaining those thoughts about the past, right? Hey, like I said, Craig, man, I know you've been struggling for a while, dude. I highly recommend doing what your doctor tells you to do. There's nothing wrong with a crutch. Take your medication. Practice the advice in the meantime. Once you get to a place later on down the road that you feel stable, that you feel normal, then you can talk to your doctor about coming off of the medication. But right now, do what your doctor tells you to do. Always do what your doctor tells you to do. But my advice to you would be take the medication, get to a place where you feel normal, get to a place where you feel stable, and then you can worry about getting off the medication later. You've been struggling for a while. I don't think there's anything wrong with you having a crutch. Sometimes people have to go that route. I just call it a crutch because that's what Dr. Claire Weeks calls it. That's what Dr. Claire Weeks calls it in her books, so that's why I call it a crutch. Crutch isn't a bad thing. When we say crutch, we simply mean literally like a crutch. If you break your leg, you'd be given a crutch to help you stand. Just because I didn't personally go that route, or just because I don't like the idea of medication, doesn't mean that you shouldn't listen to your doctor. That's just my personal opinion. That's just the route that I chose to go. You should always listen to your doctor. Doesn't mean, just because you're on medication doesn't mean you can't practice the advice. You can still practice the advice. There's nothing wrong with being a slow learner, Craig. I know I was. A perfect chance to focus on the advice, Kelly, and practice the advice. I need something to drink, chap. I'll be right back. Whenever I realized yesterday, it's not the world that sucks, it's the anxiety that makes me believe that. Would you agree with that? Yes, absolutely. It's the negative mind, especially when you live there and you are identified with that, can definitely change your perspective. Like the music, I finally found a good playlist. Finally, dude. Took me a while. Took me a while. What am I drinking? Mountain Lightning. Off-brand Mountain Dew. It's pretty good. Wonder Bro, what a good way to get out of the, what's a good way to get out of the mind and not live in it? Just to remind yourself when you feel like living in the mind, or when you notice yourself getting sucked into that mind, remind yourself to leave it alone. And you may need that reminder quite often, but LOL, Mountain Lightning. Ha! Yeah, boy. It's good stuff, man. If you haven't tried it, I'd recommend it. Hi, Wonder Bro. So happy that I could finally make one of these streams. What's up, Sherry? How you doing? Greg. I started drawing again, and it definitely has helped me so much. It's good to have hobbies, man. I'm not gonna lie, I want some McDonald's right now. Some McDonald's would be pretty good right now. I agree. I agree with that statement. An ad? Really? Two ads. Hey, regardless of what the thought is spiritual, Jay, we always say that the context is irrelevant. We just have to leave it alone, right? If we want to starve a thought of the fuel that it needs to thrive, which is our attention, we just have to remind ourselves, leave it alone. One more question. When negative thoughts are in your head in that moment, is it bad to try and force your attention back into the present moment? So to come back to the present moment is not a bad thing. To live in the present moment is a great skill to have. But sometimes those thoughts are very strong. And sometimes it's enough to just remind yourself to leave it alone. Sometimes that's all you can do, is just leave it alone. To be present and to be in that present moment is a great practice. It's a great skill. But sometimes that can be difficult. And the most you can do is just leave it alone. And if you're doing that, that is enough. If you're just leaving those negative intrusive thoughts alone, that is enough. You don't have to be completely in the moment, okay? Completely in this present moment space. Although that is a great practice and something you should get into, sometimes all you can do is just leave it alone, and that is enough. Remind yourself, just leave it alone. If you can be present, if you can hold the attention here in the present moment, amazing. But if all you can do is just leave those negative intrusive thoughts alone, that is enough. That is enough. And it's never about, even living in the present moment, it's never about forcing those thoughts away. It's never about forcing those thoughts away. If you're in the present moment, that means that your attention is focused on something in the moment. And if thoughts come, you're just reminding yourself to leave them alone. Right? Being present and leaving your thoughts alone, pretty much the same thing here. Don't overcomplicate it. Pretty much the same thing here. Sherry with the $20 donation. Thanks for all you do. Your videos are helping me a lot. Thank you so much, Sherry, for that $20 donation. Can we show her some love in the chat, please? Thank you so much, Sherry. I truly appreciate that. Thank you. Your name will be entered into the tip ticker. Thank you so much, Sherry. Fabrice. I hope I said that right, dude. And Faith, thank you so much for your donations during the stream. I truly appreciate it. It helps me a ton. Thank you so much for all of your love and support. Truly am forever grateful. But yeah, Kelly, living in the present moment and just reminding yourself to leave those thoughts alone is pretty much the same thing. You don't want to try to force those thoughts out, right? You don't want to try to force those thoughts out. You just want to leave them alone. And then you can place the attention in the present moment. And then when those thoughts come, you can remind yourself, just leave them alone. So it's pretty much the same thing here. I just don't want to overcomplicate it. Just leave those thoughts alone. X500, I don't know, might get an Xbox, PS5. Man, PC's the way to go. I was a console player for a long time, years and years. I started with Xbox, went to PlayStation. Here I am, PC. Never will look back. Kay, thank you so much for the $20 donation. Shit. That's crazy. Thank you, guys. I appreciate that so much. Thank you so much, Kay. Wow, thank you, guys. I truly appreciate that. Kay, your name will be added to the tip ticker. Can we take a moment to thank all of our donators in chat? Please spam those emojis. Can we get some emojis going? Spam those emojis. Always so grateful for our donators. It keeps me out of the the fast food restaurant from having to work there, and keeps me being able to focus on this channel full time. So my donators support me, and they help me survive in this world. So, and they enable us to do this full time. So thank you so much to all of our donators here on the channel. I truly appreciate you guys. You guys are awesome. Pat yourselves on the back. And chat, we should always be very grateful and thankful for our donators. They are the reason that we can be here full time and focus on the channel full time instead of having to go work at the fish place again. So thank you guys so much. I truly appreciate it. Kay, Sherry, Febreze, Ed, Faith, thank you guys so much. Are you going to keep the stream up on YouTube so I can watch it later? I'm going to get some sleep. I'm getting tired. Hey, man, enjoy your sleep. Get some rest. Stop obsessing. Take life one day at a time. And yes, the stream will be uploaded. I'm literally lacking discipline. That's normal, Spiritual J. It's normal for most of us. I know it took me a while. Don't look at me and think this guy, he got it. He got it just like that. No, it took me some time. It took me some time too, so it's completely normal. Don't beat yourself up. Yes, Kelly. Like learning how to ride a bike. Lots of practice. You're going to get some scrapes and bruises. You're going to fall off, all right? But that's okay. Yeah, when you're sensitized, it just amplifies the symptoms. I want to support the Xbox since the Alan Watts voiceover. Yeah, exactly. I mean, that is really cool. They sold me with that. Yeah, you sent me that DM, and I checked it, and I was like, nah, dude, this is not going to be Alan Watts' voice on an Xbox commercial. Nah, he's just confused or something. And then I clicked on it, and I was like, well, holy shit, Jesse. That is Alan Watts. Tell you about my day when I'm not streaming, a whole lot of nothing. I'm not a very entertaining person. I'm very normal. A lot of people, they see YouTubers or streamers and they think when they're not streaming they must live this great life full of cliff diving and wrestling alligators. But no, I shit, piss, eat, take a shower. That's about it. Very normal. Very normal life. It is, Craig, because you're tiring yourself out, right? With all of the obsession. All right, guys, I will be right back. 2 seconds. Depersonalization sucks. It can. But keep in mind your perspective of your symptoms causes a lot of your unnecessary suffering. And where does the perspective come from? Right here. Oh, Jesus. Vega. It's true, dude. Vega, it's true, man. A lot of people see their favorite YouTubers or streamers and they're like, Man, I bet they have such a cool, entertaining life off stream. We don't. I'm here to tell you, we're very normal people. We're just normal people. We don't wrestle alligators or cliff dive or, scuba dive with great whites. We're just normal people off stream. Especially me. I'm a very normal person. What did I do? It's my lighter. Yeah, my voice was messed up there for a second, guys. I accidentally had both of my microphones on. If you flip this little piece down, it turns on my headset. Didn't mean to do that. I'm aware I've been living in my body focusing on my heart, even though my heart could be just fine. If you're focused on your heart, that's not necessarily a problem. When it becomes a problem is when you focus on your heart, but you're also up here entertaining all those negative perspectives. You can focus on anything, and it's not a problem, as long as you're not entertaining all those those thoughts, right? Far inaccessible. My biggest problem is to get myself face to fear and do the exposure. How can I make myself do that? Understand, Sherry, that a lot of fear, all of fear, is based on something that might happen or something that might happen next. Fear is always based on an imagination, and that's what you need to remind yourself. You need to remind yourself that your fear is always based on what might happen next, or what might happen because of, or what might happen in the next moment. If you were truly present to the moment, even if there was a lot of stress in the moment, if you're truly present to that moment and you stopped following those negative thoughts and you were just focused on the moment, that fear couldn't thrive. It couldn't survive because fear is always based on what might happen next, what might happen because of this symptom, what might happen if. And then you get into the moment and you force yourself to do this thing, and then the fear goes from that to what might happen next, what might happen the next moment. It's always based on something that's not happening now. So if you're rooted in reality, fear cannot survive. And to be rooted in reality means to have the conscious attention and focus placed on now. And if thoughts come, you're just aware of them, but you're no longer buying in. You're no longer buying in, you're keeping the focus here now. And a good way to do that is to remind yourself to just leave those thoughts alone, or to just remind yourself that fear is always based on something that is not happening now. Fear always takes a symptom that is happening now and turns it into what might happen next, or what might happen because of this symptom. It's not the symptom that's causing the suffering. It's the fear that comes in, takes control of the symptom and says what might happen because of this, or what might happen next. It's always about what might happen next. Your fear is always based on something that does not exist. That is sweet. Hi there, Wonder Bro. Oh my god, I finally caught one of your chats. What's up, Chris? It's been a while, dude. I hate my fear. I'm always trying to prepare for any instant of things that might happen. It's not fun. It's not fun, but you have to stop living there. You have to stop giving that fear the fuel it needs to survive, which is your involvement. You just need to become aware of what fear is. Fear is always based on something that's not happening now, and just be true to the moment. And when fear tries to pop up and pull you in, remind yourself, leave it alone. It's always based on a lie. But I still feel some anxiety every day, but not all that in low intensity. You think I'm still sensitized? You may be mildly sensitized. It seems to me from your comment that you're recovering. So just keep doing what you're doing, because obviously you're doing something right. A good way to step out of the mind, you guys, okay? If you're following the two main keys, you should be getting on with life as normally as you can. Positive behaviors help show the brain that there's no outside real danger or force. Okay, that's the first main key. Secondly, if you want to stop playing with those negative intrusive thoughts, if you want to get out of that mind game, you just have to continue to remind yourself, leave it alone. It's not important. I'm not giving my attention to that anymore. I'm going to stay in reality the best I can and just remind myself that fear is always based on a lie. So let's say I'm not deep into this anxious stat, like I don't let my thoughts control me, but I feel this tense feeling in my gut of anxious energy. That's fine. Let that anxious energy be there. It's not so much the feeling that's a problem, it's the mind that comes in and labels and judges, right? So just be present with your feelings, allow them to be, continue on with your day, and leave those thoughts alone. There you go. That is recovery in a nutshell. Keep it simple. Nova's awake. Yeah, she's running around. I think she just went to get something to drink, though. She's probably going to go back to bed. Can you talk about the difference between danger and fear? So a danger is something that's actually in the moment, that is in front of you, that is a true threat to your life. If you're in a room and a grizzly bear comes crashing through the window, that is a danger, and you should fight like hell. Well, I probably wouldn't recommend that. You should probably run like hell, but bears are pretty fast. You're fucked, okay, if a grizzly bear comes through your window. That's not the point. A real danger is something that is in the moment that is a threat to your life. A fear is something up here. A what if, a what might happen, a what might happen because of. What if, what if, what if. That is a fear, and a fear is always based on something that is not happening now. Because if it was happening now, it would be a real danger. And you would be too busy handling it, right, to suffer over it. So if a bear comes crashing through your window, you're instinctively going to get up and run and try to do something about this threat. You're not going to suffer over it. You're going to be far too busy dealing with it. A fear is something that's in your mind about what might happen or what might happen because of, right? And I'm here to tell you, 99% of your fears never happen. I let it ride and tell myself there's not a big grizzly chasing me. Yes. Yes. The funny thing about fear is it comes in the form of thought, and in order to truly take control and cause you to suffer, it needs your involvement. Because if you don't open the door and you just leave those thoughts alone, they can't thrive. They don't have the fuel they need to survive. And that's why the two main keys in a nutshell, okay? Keep it simple, follow this and you will heal. Live your life as normally as possible, do as many positive things as you can in one day. This shows the brain that there's no real danger. I don't mean to rush around in a great mess. I mean to just try to get back into life as normally as possible. Maybe pick up some old hobbies. Just do things that make you happy. Show your brain with your behaviors that all is well, all right? And those thoughts, those negative intrusive thoughts, leave them alone. And you might have to remind yourself of that a lot, but just gently remind yourself when they come, there's that thought, leave it alone, and carry on with your day. There you go. In a nutshell, that's how you heal. If you overcomplicate it outside of that, that's on you, but that's how you heal, and I recommend keeping it that simple. Could you say I'm recovering slowly with the perspective change? I would say so, yeah. You're going to get there, Spiritual J. You're going to get there, dude. Our brains think the worst instead of the best because our brains are designed to protect us. Our brains are meant to help us survive. Unfortunately, that's not very helpful in today's society. We're no longer living in caves trying to fight for our food. So back in the day, anxiety was very helpful. But in today's world, we don't really deal with a whole lot of threats. So the mind is like compensating for that and trying to bring up every what if imaginable to keep us safe and protected. So that's an unfortunate flaw. However, we can get out of that by just leaving those thoughts alone. By realizing that we don't need that help anymore. Leave them alone. Leave them alone. I would bookmark this playlist because it's awesome, but My bookmarks have not been working recently. Like, where are they going? Don't overcomplicate it, Kelly. See, your mind wants to overcomplicate everything. All you need to do is live your life as normally as possible to show your brain there's no real danger. And when those thoughts come, just remind yourself, leave it alone, and then get back to what you were doing. If the thought wants to be there, that's fine. Hey Chris, how you been, man? I hope you're doing well. What's up, Peter, dude? I've been doing pretty good, man. How about you? Is that a cat in a box? It's very difficult not to entertain the thought sometimes feel like an impulse. It can, especially at first. That's why it's a practice. Practice, practice, practice. Practice, practice, practice. Matt, Chris, just want to say, tell you thank you so much. Finding you was a blessing when I started this journey. I had no idea what was going on with me. Find Your Channel gave my family back their dad and husband. That is awesome, Matt. So happy to hear that, dude. Continue down the right path, man. Continue using these skills, practicing these skills. They will benefit you for the rest of your life. Congratulations on your recovery, dude. What about exaggerating symptoms during stress/argument? Do those go away soon? I feel like I'm healing but still have that lingering. Allow yourself to feel what you feel. Remember, it's not the feeling that's the problem. It's the mind game. So just carry on with your life, and when those thoughts come, those negative thoughts come, leave them alone. Are you excited about the Spooktober soon? Yes, dude. I'm going to theme the whole stream out Halloween. Halloween. It's kind of geeky, that's kind of dorky, but we're going to do it. You know what? Is it too early? September 11th. Is it too early to theme the channel out in Halloween? Let's do it now. I want to do it now. I love Halloween so much. We can start celebrating a month early, right? Like, that's not a problem. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's see. We got to pick a really cool background here. The whole chat. It's never too early. It's never too early to celebrate Halloween. Let's do it. Let's do it, guys. Let's theme the whole channel out here. All right. Boom. All right. We're going. It's happening. It's happening, chat. I say we get rid of the border. Just get rid of the border completely. Get rid of that. All right, let's see here. Let's see here, chat. We need to change some things. Chat's loving it. Chat's loving it. Okay. Let's see. We got to change this up a little bit. One step ahead of you, Big Worm. Great minds think alike, dude. Wait, we'll make that gray. Okay. We're looking good, chat. Looking good, chat. Yeah, I know. I need to do something about this webcam border. I don't think I can change the color of it though, because this is just like a picture. It's like a JPEG. Chat, the chat box. We need to do something about that. Need to do something about the chat box. Hold up. Chunky. Okay, that's better. The text color. We'll leave it white. That's fine. We'll leave it white. Oh God. No, we're gonna go all out here. So we're gonna get rid of this. We're gonna get rid of this little coin. I'll replace it with something I've got in mind here. You guys want some lo-fi? We can do some lo-fi. We can do some lo-fi. Alright, let's see here, chat. What do you guys think so far? What do you guys think so far? Wow, the, did that get smaller? Looks like that got smaller. Let's make that font size a little bit bigger there. Then we can make that bigger. Change the music when someone donates to like a ghost noise or zombie. I could do that. I could do that. Okay, hold up. Remind me to do that in just a second. Let me, I gotta do something about this border. I can put myself like way up here now. Oh god, I'm out of the border. There we go. The chat's much bigger now. You know what? Can we put the chat like in a box so that it stands out from the background? Like, is that a thing? Can we have like a box going on here? I'm sure that's a thing. I remember that being a thing. I think. You know what we could do? I don't know how good that'd look. I need to find a new border. A new border. New border. We can move that up now. There we go. Move that up. Mary, thank you so much for the $10 dono. You guys still donate even though I'm over here doing like boring shit, like just working on the stream. I love you guys. Thank you so much. You guys are so awesome. Mary, thank you so much for the $10 dono. I truly appreciate you. I do. You guys are awesome. Best community on YouTube right here. I didn't get to change the donation sound though yet. Actually, okay, I'll do that now. Let me get logged in here. Alright, I gotta do something about this border. And the tip ticker runs too far now. An ad. All right, chat. We are making progress here. So now I can make the chat even bigger. Do I have a lighter? Oh yeah, I lost my lighter. Okay, 2 seconds. Yes, thank you, Mary, so much for that $10 dono. All right, chat. We need... I think that's probably about as big as we can make the chat font, honestly. Let's turn it up to 38. See how that looks. Yeah, if you make it too big, it starts to break it down in multiple lines and makes it a little bit weird. That's pretty big, though. I think you guys can read that, right? It's looking clean. It's looking clean. It's looking clean. All right. I like this. I might end up just keeping this year round. Yeah, the font should be much bigger than it was before. All right, let's see. I gotta get a new border here. It's killing me. It's the only thing. It's like blue. Oh, I hope this works. No. Hey, this is like the most accurate one I can find, guys. But it's like low-key kind of boring compared to the other one. Like there's no gradient whatsoever. I need to do my webcam like this. That's thick. That's a little bit too much. Like, yeah, it matches now, but it's like thick as fuck. It's so plain. None of the good ones would have worked. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. No, I don't think it's gonna work. It's not gonna work. Damn it. And my orange sweatshirt. We're all themed out today. Okay, you know what we need now? I know what we need now. Let's see here. This should be above this. You know what we need now, chat, to make this complete? Okay. Let's see here. Yes. Yes. Vibe. All right, all right, all right. Let's see here. So what we could do is we could take something like this, a smaller rectangular box. This might take a minute. This might take a minute to get right here. Come on. What's up, Ray? Welcome to the stream. Sorry, chat. I know I'm like hella distracted right now, but we're trying to theme out the stream here. Get into that Halloween spirit. It's never too early. It's never too early. Yeah, MySpace, like the cork boards. Who remembers the cork boards on MySpace? Those were awesome, dude. When you notice it, you just tell yourself to leave it alone. That's it, Kelly. Don't overcomplicate it. You're in that stage where you're overcomplicating it, you're just hurting yourself. Just remind yourself, leave it alone, continue on with your day. Trust me, you do not want to get to that place where you're overcomplicating it. Not worth it. Not worth it. I feel like we're missing something, chat. I feel like we're missing something. Just don't know what. Oh yeah, we have to do the notification for the notification, the Halloween theme. Alert box, here we go. All right, let's get a Halloween GIF. Instead of the cloud for the donations, we're gonna do something Halloweeny. I think I've got the perfect one in mind. that's spooky. That is spooky. Yes. Okay, hold up. Yes, okay, now we need a new sound. We need a new sound for the donations. So, hold on. I'm going to turn this music off for just a second here while I search for a new donation sound to match our Halloween theme. Okay. Oh my god, that's perfect. Wait a minute. Yes, okay. Hopefully this works. Hold on. Hopefully this works. Stop worrying about the present moment, Kelly. Just drop that. You're just overcomplicating it. These are just terms, and you don't want to get hung up on terms. So drop the present moment talk. All I want you to do is when you have a negative intrusive thought is to simply remind yourself, just leave it alone, and then continue on with your day. That's it. If the thought wants to continue to be there, that's fine, as long as you're reminding yourself to just leave it alone and getting on with your day. Keep it simple. All right, let's see. Change. Wait, is that the one? Yes. All right, now I need a new one for subscribers. Okay. We're good. We should have a new Halloween theme notification for subscribers and for donations. We're good, I think. Hopefully that works. Let's see, remove. Oh no. Oh no. I broke it. Oh shit. I broke it. I broke it. I broke it, guys. Ah, okay. 2 seconds here. We could fix this. Look at this. So this is how it starts. And then you have to... Oh, God. Oh, God, chat. We have broke it. We have broke it. Look at this. Oh, God. Ah. Ah. All right. All right. We're okay. We're okay. We fixed it. We fixed it. Oh, God. I just keep breaking it, chat. I keep breaking it, chat. Look at this. Let's just leave it like this. Just leave it like this. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Trying to remember all the hotkeys for this is ridiculous. Oh no, chat. Oh, God. See, the problem is, how do I get this? Oh, God. Okay, we've almost fixed it. Not really. we kind of broke it a little bit. We kind of broke it a little bit. All right. You broke the chat, Wonder Bro. Yeah, I did. I broke it a little bit. It's fine. I just got to move this over now because I changed the resolution. So that needs to go that way. Let's see here. Why do I look green? I look green. It's fine. All right, chat. Besides breaking the webcam, it looks pretty good. There we go. Wait, where'd my ghost go? Where'd my ghost go? I lost my ghost. There he is. There he is. Get back in here, guy. All right. All right. Good night to all of you and sweet dreams. Think of things that make you happy and sincere. Thank you so much, Chris, for watching the stream, dude. I truly appreciate it. I think we're good, chat. I think that's it. We are Halloween themed. We are good to go. So there's a new notification sound for donations and a new GIF. There's a new notification sound and GIF for subscribers. So if you're watching and you haven't subscribed, hit that subscribe button. And with that, I think we're good. That should be everything. I don't like this border. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't like the border. I don't like the border at all, actually. Which, there is a border that I've got saved. Let's see if I can find it. That might actually look pretty cool for this theme. I haven't been able to use it because there's just like, there was no reason for me to use it. But let's see, it might actually work with this theme. That's pretty cool. Now I can take the same one again, loop it, and let's see, I can flip it. I think I can flip it. Oh, come on. There we go. now put this above that. That's pretty cool. Now this needs to come, is it this way or that way? What the fuck? I just need a bigger one. Ugh. Yeah, that's all you're doing, Kelly. You're just overthinking it. Remind yourself, just leave it alone. That's all you need to know. Just leave it at that. Trust me, I used to be a huge overthinker. The mind tries to overcomplicate everything, right? It's what the mind does. Alright guys, we are Halloween themed. What is there? Is there new DLC for Dead by Daylight that's out? This needs to come down. just stay like right here, that would be great. Close enough. Didn't they just release DLC for Dead by Daylight? Like the Pyramid Head DLC? I thought. They released more? Damn. I'm gonna have to Google this. Did you say Chucky? Wasteland 3. I did check that out the other day when you recommended it. I looked it up on Steam. It does look like a game I'd be into. Looks pretty cool. Yeah, I hate Chucky if that's your donate sound. No, it's not Chucky. My new donate sound is not Chucky. It is Halloween themed. It is Halloween themed. Where's my alert box? Right there, okay. Honestly, dude, Chucky was like one of my least favorite horror movies. I couldn't take it seriously. You know what I mean? I tried. I really tried. I just couldn't. Hey, yeah, that's right. We can do box-themed chat. That should be better. There we go. If you're in chat right now, spam the chat. I want to see what this box-themed looks like. I think it'll be a lot cleaner. Yes. That looks good. Kind of separates it from the background a little bit. Oh, the doll on Goosebumps? Dude, Goosebumps is a classic. Yeah, that is much better. You can actually see the chat. It doesn't blend into the background as much. It's better with the boxes. I wish you could make those boxes a little bit darker, but doesn't look like something you can do, apparently. Spore, I love Spore, dude. Spore is a classic. Classic. I wish I could set my Nightbot up to work. Oh shit. Oh shit. Yes. 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 Big Worm done it. The new notification sound. It's not Halloween unless you've got that sound, right? It's not Halloween unless you've got that sound. Thank you for the dono, Big Worm. Appreciate it, bro. Yes, the organ. I love it. Was that a gnat just tried to fly into my eyeball? That was nice. Thanks for that, Nat. Appreciate it. See, there's a way. There is a way to make this Nightbot work. But I'm pretty sure you have to mod the Nightbot. Okay, so let's do that. You're already modded, dude. Yes, sir. Just wanted to see and hear the new sound. I appreciate that, dude. I wish I could get this Nightbot working. I'm just not sure how. Join channel. Nightbot is now joining your channel. Okay. He is modded. Head to your community settings, enter. Okay. So is Nightbot here now? So can I do, like, will commands work now? No. It's not working. Damn it, Nightbot. Okay, he's in my channel. Commands, custom, exclamation mark, Discord. You're supposed to be able to type in commands like that. and then the Nightbot does his thing, but it's just not doing it for some reason. Not really sure why. Still going. What's up, Gabe? Oh shit. Okay, now he's working. He's a little late, but now he's working, so the Discord command works. So now he should link you to the Discord chat. Nice. Okay. So timers on the timers page. Okay. Okay. Got it. See, I've had Nightbot before. I just need to update all this. Okay. Cool. Delete that one. Delete that one. So who wins in a fight with Mike Myers or Jason? Jason, dude. All day. All day. All day. All day. I mean, Michael Myers is a badass, right? Like, you can't kill the boogeyman. You can't kill the boogeyman. But Jason has been sent to literal hell and has come back. He's also been blown up into smithereens. I'm not saying that Michael Myers hasn't. Michael Myers has been through some shit. He's been shot, he's been stabbed, he's been lit on fire, he's been blew up. Jason has too. But Jason, okay, Michael is the boogeyman. He is the poster child for everything that's evil, okay? And if you follow the lore of the movie, apparently he's cursed. He's got like this ancient curse. Jason, this dude's been through way more than Michael Myers. They've both been through some shit. Jason's been through way more. He's been to hell and has come back. All right? They even sent this dude to space in Jason X. And he still came back. They've both been through some shit, but if you compare it, Jason's been through way more, and he's come back. So, I don't know. It doesn't seem like you can kill either one of them. But Jason's been through way more shit than Michael Myers, so I'm going to have to give it to him for that reason alone. Let this cigarette hang out of my mouth while I type in some new Nightbot commands here. Don't get me wrong, though. I love both Jason and Michael equally. But I just have to give that victory to Jason. Nightmare on Elm Street. I like Freddy. I think Freddy's story is cool. But I don't know. Spawn versus Jason. Honestly, dude, I haven't watched enough of the Spawn movies to be able to make a comment on that. I don't think I've ever watched a Spawn movie from start to finish, so it'd be hard to say. It'd be really hard to say. It'd be really, really hard to say. We've been streaming for like 2.5 hours. Shit. I just started working on the channel and lost track of time. This is like those dead hours. Once you hit like an hour and a half, 2 hours on the stream, it starts to slow down. And then we just like, we're all in this like chill mode. Chat starts to turn away from mental health. It starts to just be like chill chat about whatever. I like it. I don't mind a slow stream. Once you hit 2 hours, I mean, you're pretty much entering into that dead zone, right? I don't mind it. It gives me an opportunity to talk to the people that are still around without chat like flying left and right. Twitter, Instagram. I'm setting up this Nightbot because he seems to be working now, which is awesome. Very helpful to have a Nightbot. If you are a streamer and you don't have Nightbot, I recommend you get Nightbot. Oh my gosh, he could do so much. I just don't know. Chooses a random user in chat as a winner. Okay, let's try that. don't know what that does. And the winner is Jesse. I don't know what you win. I'm just fucking around with Nightbot. I don't know what you win, but you're the winner. Adam Sandler. It was just a Nightbot command that chooses a random winner in chat. I guess if you're doing a giveaway or something. I just wanted to see if it worked. Apparently it works. Oh my god, look at this Jason gif. Look how adorable. I don't have room for him, he's too much, but I just wanted to show you guys that. What's up, Wanderlust? How you doing? Hey, have a good night, Peter. Appreciate you hanging out, dude. Getting the DLC for Dead by Daylight. Enjoy it, dude. Stream Wasteland 3. I mean, I might try it out at some point. Ever since you recommended it, it seems like a really, really fun game. It's just super expensive. I don't remember the last time I paid full price for a video game. I usually wait for Steam sales. $60 for a game is, whew, that's a lot, dude. I might wait till it goes down a bit cheaper and get it on sale or something. That's what I normally do. We got the candy corn gif. I love candy corn. Who loves candy corn? I think people that hate on candy corn are insane, to be honest. Did I throw my sleep schedule off? Yes. I say it shamefully. Yes. I have once again, for the millionth time since I've done YouTube, thrown my sleep schedule off. Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how many times I fix it. I always end up back on the night owl schedule. Doesn't matter. Does not matter. It never lasts. I mean, I've just accepted that at this point. Candy corn is gross. No. You're one of those. I don't have Game Pass. I don't remember the last time I had my Xbox on, to be honest. My consoles just collect dust these days. Like, ever since I built my PC, my consoles just... They just collect dust. That's all they're good for. I'm not hating on consoles. I mean... It's just I can't... I don't know, man. My PC, I love it. Picking on the candy corn. How dare you? How dare you? Candy corn is good. We've been streaming for about 3 hours, Wanderlust. I don't know how much longer the stream will go on. Hope your trip to Florida goes well, though. That's exciting. YouTube just sent you a notification that we were streaming. YouTube's about 3 hours late. Wow, that is unbelievable. What the fuck, YouTube? You're not helping me stream, YouTube, when you send out notifications to my subscribers 3 hours late. So if you could, like, get on the ball, please. Really help me out. Not a gamer, but up with racing thoughts and saw the stream. I like your content. Hey, I mean, it's a mental health channel. We just talk about random stuff sometimes. I mean, I've got a Twitch. I've got all that stuff, but you're in the right place. Speaking of Twitch, I'm glad I thought about that. I should make a Nightbot command to advertise my Twitch. Twitch. Cool. Yeah, that's so weird. Twitch, YouTube needs to get on the ball with that. Sorry about your mother-in-law, by the way. It's always unexpected. It's never easy. Alright, you guys, we've been streaming for almost coming up on 3 hours now. So I'm going to go ahead and end the stream here. Wow, I did not I did not expect to be streaming for that long. I appreciate you guys. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your love and support as always. Alright, I love you guys, and I will see you in the next stream and or video. Right there. Stay awesome.